Alright guys, welcome back, and it's time to go balls deep, and it's time to find out the fate of Sasuke and Sakura's mission to the mysterious land of Ridaku. Now if you don't know what I'm talking about, then go check out part 1 where we talk about the Sasuke Retsuden that just came out. It is going to become canon in Boruto the anime because they have adapted previous novels such as the Parent and Child Day, the Shikamaru novel, and pretty much everything else. So this will become canon. I am going to use my balls deep prediction magic, of course. And let's get this started. Let's cue the intro. Now, where we left off from part 1, Jurassic World had just started an exclusive showing in Ridaku, and the entire prison population was being overrun by dinosaurs under the control of the mad scientist Zensuru. As the creatures started pouring out onto the prison complex from the underground lab, Sakura started defending the prisoners from getting eaten alive, going all Shanaro on these dinosaurs and stuff. Sakura realized the dinosaurs were killing more people just for moving around and causing the buildings to collapse, so she headed inside hoping to find Zensuru and release the reanimation jutsu. Sakura is running around helping people as she finds them, telling them all to get out of the building, frantically searching for Zensuru at the same time, but then she runs into Jiji, one of Sasuke's cellmates. She tells him she needs to find a director and he tells her the guy is outside. Shocked, since usually when channeling a jutsu like Ito Tensei, the user would want to hide themselves away, Sakura turns to head back outside when suddenly Sakura falls to her knees, the kunai used to stab her clattering on the ground. Sakura could feel her heartbeat accelerating, her fingers numbing, the fever of all of it. These were the same symptoms Sasuke suffered from Menno's poison. You know, remember Menno, like Menno, you're gonna get fucked up from me, the lizard from part 1 that Sasuke was struggling with because he got nerfed, and the Boruto story needs to do that, you know what I'm saying? So Sakura realized they made a huge mistake. It was not Zensuru alone, but Zensuru and Jiji. Jiji was the ninja. He was the one hiding away whilst channeling the jutsu, of course. Now he took the polar particles from her and left her in the collapsing building. The polar particles is what's needed to heal Naruto. Meanwhile, whilst this is happening, Sasuke had successfully tamed himself a dinosaur, the one and only Menno, and he was running around defending the prisoners from the dinosaurs when he saw the main institute building collapse. Once this gets adapted into the Boruto anime, we're going to see a surprisingly expressive Sasuke. Now Sasuke knew if she was under the debris she'd be fine in normal circumstances, but if she had been hit with something like Menno's poison, she wouldn't have the ability to manipulate her chakra, and this is what concerned him. And so he kept on searching for her, and then the story cuts away to Jiji, the cellmate and prisoner friend of Sasuke, now revealed to be the undercover ninja and co-author of the dinosaur resurrection, standing over the wreckage with Zensuru, watching as the dinosaurs reap chaos on the institute grounds. They both admire the biggest of their specimens, a Brachiosaurus. It sounds like what is from the description, and I pronounced it right, I think. And they talk about how the Prime Minister will be pleased with these warriors. Zensuru then says, after we have delivered these to the capital, we can go get your girlfriend's body. A bit random, but we will address this later. Cut back to our guys. Sasuke finally finds Sakura. We get a moment that is clearly asymmetrical to earlier in the story, but this time it's Sasuke saving the poisoned Sakura. Remember in part 1, Sakura is the one that saved Sasuke, and they had a loving moment and he gave her the ring. So with a poisoned Sakura and she's about to die, Sasuke uses his medical ninjutsu or whatever, I don't know what it is, this is a novel, right? Boruto the assholes, you know what I'm saying? And he uses his hand signs and a bit of chakra and he heals her. Moving on, we then get a badass combat montage with Sasuke and Menno, who at this point I think must be like a velociraptor or something. They team up and fight together against the swarm of enemy dinosaurs. Zensuru, who is now getting a bit salty that Sasuke isn't dying and is just generally being a nuisance, jumps on his flying dinosaur and he orders all the pterodactyl dinosaurs to go kill Sasuke. The largest of the dinosaurs Sasuke had led to the lake in the crater where they found the polar particles, and when the dinosaur was deep in it, he started to sink deep into the tar-like water bed. Now due to Sasuke's 4D thinking, the titan of the dinosaur sunk into the water. Zansuru then orders the creatures to help the big dinosaur. In doing so, he overrode his previous order as he was not the caster of the reanimation jutsu, and who would have known that, you can only do single orders to reanimation jutsu. I guess this novel is trying to do some retcons apparently. So man just gets thrown off this pterodactyl and gets flattened on a cliff. What a way to go. He kind of died like this, I'm assuming.
Going somewhere, Jarek?
Jax, I thought you were going to.
Thought I was what? Dead? Like my partner you just tossed off the cliff?
I'm sorry, Jax. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise.
Too late, Jarek.
You can't drop me. You have to uphold the law. You have to arrest me. Wait, this is brutality. You can't do it.
Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
But also a good way of reminding us that the late Zansuru was way over his head, having no idea how ninja society or jutsu worked. So maybe the novel was trying to say that this idiot didn't know how Edo Tensei worked, and he overrode the dinosaur commands, and he flattened himself and he died, and then Sasuke was victorious. So after checking his corpse, Sasuke ordered Menno back to the institute to help people, as with Zansuru dead, the other dinosaurs returned to hunting prisoners. It was at this point a message from Kakashi came through, and even Sasuke was like, a message at a time like this, and he was really confused. And in the note, Kakashi tells us that he's been successful in aiding a coup in the capital of Rigaku, deposing the militaristic prime minister, and is heading there now with the new king. It is also further detailed who did what. Back at the institute ruins, Sakura is still beating up the dinosaurs, and as she looks around, she realized the tragedy in the fact that most of these dinosaurs are not even carnivores or hunters. They were not designed to attack and kill, and yet the order to kill all prisoners due to Edo Tensei was all that they could know. So the little flyers were essentially suiciding every attack and being resurrected and willed to do it over and over again in a cycle of hatred where they had to do something that they didn't want to do. So anyway, the book is trying to put a new perspective on the reanimation jutsu Edo Tensei, in which the dinosaurs are having to do the same thing over and over again without even knowing why they are doing it. At least when humans are being reanimated, at least they understand what's going on and why, and they can speak. So it's trying to tell us the difference. These are literally animals from millions and millions of years ago being mind controlled to act against the nature by creatures that didn't even exist when they were around, using extraterrestrial powers. And you guys get the point. Anyway, Sakura is determined to find Gigi and end the reanimation jutsu as soon as possible. And speaking of the devil, he then appears. They fight and argue, neither wanting to kill each other but both willing to do so to end the endless slaughter that this quiet outpost in the deep north has become at this point. Mid-swing, Gigi freezes and he can't move. Looking down, he then realizes Sakura baited him into a trap seal, but when he went to try and disarm it, he realized on his wrist a mark, a small cherry blossom. How? He asks, like, what? How is this girl, the Sakura, a meme who everyone called useless to the point where she had created an Uchiha that has to wear glasses? How did this girl beat me, right? Sakura explains when he came to the medical ward, she placed it on him. As a doctor, she could tell from the examination that he could wield chakra and placed it just in case. Realizing he was beaten, he stopped struggling, hoping that if Zansuru got there, they could still escape. Now at this point, Sasuke appears in the ruined courtyard and together they begin to interrogate Gigi. Sasuke first takes the polar particles back as this is needed to help cure Naruto from dying, and then he activates the Sharingan, questioning why would his cellmate do this when they were friends. The man is a ninja, yes, but what is the purpose behind this? Zansuru wanted to use the beasts as weapons of war, but you're not really that type. And then Gigi responds as saying, a type like what? And then Sasuke says, the type to act for the sake of their country. He told Gigi that it's over and Zansuru was dead. Gigi, hearing Sasuke's opinion of his character and that his accomplice was dead, accepted that it's over and the plan is ruined. He explained he used to be from the village hidden in the sand and was recruited by the Prime Minister in Ridoku during the time of the old king of Ridoku as part of a secret plan to create an army of missing nin. Gigi was meant to train these recruits. However, when Gigi was living in the royal palace of Ridoku, he met a maid. After a time, he fell in love and he realized he didn't want to wage war but live in peace with this woman. Of course, because you know, you're getting that pom pom, you're getting that brutality, that changes a man, you know what I'm saying? The Prime Minister found out about the relationship and made a deal with Gigi. Work with Zansuru for a year, perform the reanimation jutsu the people of Ridoku cannot, and after Gigi and his lover could be together and live in harmony, so he was bribed. However, a year after he left the institute, she died. He regretted ever having left, reiterating to Sasuke that he should not be so ready to leave his wife and human life is very fickle. Gigi then said he was initially told that the purpose of Menno was just to guard the prisoners, but after his lover died, Zansuru revealed his and the Prime Minister's real plan of using the reanimation as a weapon. When that didn't interest Gigi, they said if he cooperated and raised the beast, they would find his lover's body and he could reanimate her as well. Gigi explained he just wanted to see her one more time. As Sasuke contemplated, would he do the same? He considered how valuable and treasured his memories of Itachi are, some only facilitated by the Edo Tensei, and how it was perfectly possible he'd make the same choice. Sakura also agreed, although she straight up said, yeah, I'd do anything to see him again, because if that happened to Sasuke, Sakura says I would use Edo Tensei to see him again too. However, Sakura also explains in times such as these, she knew her friends would stop her from that, and for the same reason they were going to stop him. She said Margot wouldn't do that. Now Gigi was shocked, like Margot? When he heard the name, a thought sparked in Sasuke's mind. He hadn't heard Gigi's lover's name before, at least not from the man himself. He asked Gigi how he knew his lover was dead, and he said the death certificate was delivered to the institute, signed by the Prime Minister saying she died of a plague. Now you know how this works, they're all corrupt, he lied about the death. Sasuke showed his old cellmate the letter he had received from Kakashi. In it, we find out that the king defeated the Prime Minister, and with him was a woman named Margot, who was previously a maid in the royal palace who had been providing him with information from the interior during his exile. So this guy's ex-lover was helping Sasuke the whole time. Sasuke explained the source of this was from someone he trusts, and my man Gigi starts getting all emotional, realizing he was tricked and used all this time and he was away from the woman he loved. So whilst all of this is happening, he notices a dinosaur sneaking up on Sakura about to pounce. Stealth dinosaur against, you know, these godlike shinobis like Sakura and Sasuke. Boruto, you know what I'm saying. So he yells out on a warning and starts weaving the hand signs to release the reanimation jutsu. As he finishes, Sakura cleaves the dinosaur in half with a punch. As all the dinosaurs start turning into dust and Sasuke has a deep eye moment of friendship with the fading Menno, the dinosaur that Sakura had just previously cleaved, either out of vengeance or instinct, used its fading strength to leap and take a munch out of completely blindsided Gigi. Damn, you know what I'm saying? You thought this guy was gonna have a happy ending. Nah fam, this book is straight savage and this guy is dead. His head got eaten off alive by this dinosaur. Now that's the end of the whole main story and you have now read the Sasuke Retsuden. So let me sum up everything that we have learned, and is Naruto still going to die in Boruto? Now in the epilogue, Sakura reveals the reason Sasuke was able to find her in the collapsed building was because of the chakra he used to make her ring. He could track it with his Sharingan. We also got to see the Uchiha family having a happy family meal. Sarada has become a master chef after spending a couple of weeks with Uruka because he's the best teacher in Naruto franchise of course, and the meal is interrupted by Shikamaru at the door. He turned up to the door to drop a report and analysis of the polar particles that they'd retrieved to help heal Naruto's illness as he is dying in Boruto. Shikamaru and Sakura have a little conversation about how there are still a lot of unanswered questions surrounding this illness Naruto has and the ancient astronomical work done in Ridoku. However, the last words of the story in the Sasuke Retsuden from Shikamaru are this: if the situation continues like this, Naruto won't be able to use chakra for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? So let's get a quick summary of this whole book, because they are going to do a sequel to this and they are probably going to adapt it into the Boruto anime, making it canon. We got an international intrigue arc, we got friend turned enemy turned friend arc, we got a reanimation dinosaur arc, we got Sakura x Sasuke arc where they both fall in love and get married, essentially, you know what I'm saying. And after all of that, Naruto is still sick and getting worse and worse. We haven't been told how exactly these polar particles will help, or when, you know, what is going to happen in part 3, what's going to happen in the next book. You guys know what I'm saying. This was really difficult to adapt this, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I basically explained the whole book to you. Make sure to smash that like button to support us. I really appreciate that. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter. And if you want me to cover any other topics, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.